hello. I didn't see you there. I'm just getting ready to make a little cheese. Would you care to join me? Oh, you don't know how? It's easy. We're gonna make a queso fresco that we're gonna use to top it, carnitas, chalupa, and ooh, as the base for a Chirimoya flan. So stick around while I get cheesy.
To make our cheese, I'm going to go real simple. 2 cups of goat milk, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, pinch of salt, a couple drops of our Texas Creek Pure Evil. There we go. Put this in the microwave for about 4 minutes. You can kind of see here the cheese, the curds have started to separate out. So what we'll do, we'll give this a quick stir. And then we will drain. This is just a coffee filter. And when you're making cheese like this, the higher the butter fat, the better. You're going to get better development from the curds. You're going to get a richer flavor from the cheese. And of course that Pure Evil, that's really going to add some searing heat to this. After 15 minutes of straining and then a gentle squeeze with the cloth, you can see how much cheese we've gotten out of 2 cups. I don't want to use more than 2 cups of milk at a time, as the coffee filters won't hold much more than that. The more that you get inside that filter, the longer it's going to take to drain out. For my carnitas, I have about 2.5 pounds of pork shoulder that's been chopped up into nice 2-inch cubes. I've dressed that real simple with salt. I'm going to throw in a couple pieces of cinnamon, whole cinnamon, crushed garlic. Just tuck those in. A couple of quarters of white onion. Just fit those in wherever I can. The juice and rind of 2 whole oranges. Just going to juice those right over the top. Tuck that rind in there with the onion. And then a couple of bay leaves will go in. And then I'm going to pour over a little bit of oil. This is about a cup of oil. You can use vegetable oil if you have it. I just happen to have some of that duck stock. When I made that duck stock, I saved the oil. Our pork and aromatic herbs and vegetables are going to go into the oven, covered with foil. That's going to cook nice and slow, 275 degrees, for about 3 hours. While our pork is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and do another topping for our chalupa, a pickled red onion. So I have 1 whole red onion here, sliced nice and thin. On the stove top, I have 1/2 cup of water, almost at a boil. To that I'm going to add approximately 1/2 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of white vinegar. I'm going to give this a quick whisk until that sugar dissolves. We'll put it on top of the onion and then we'll throw that in the fridge overnight. Our pork has been in the oven for 3 hours. And there, as you can see, some of the fat's rendered out. Smells terrific. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take out our aromatics and discard those. Then I'm going to drain our pork in our colander here. We're going to shred that up and put it back in the casserole dish and then let that rest overnight. To get started on our Chirimoya flan, I'm going to go ahead and get a caramel sauce working. And I'm going to use this, piloncillo. This is unrefined cane sugar that I have shaved down about 1 cup's worth. I'm going to add this to 1/2 cup's worth of water. And then once this melts and caramelizes just a little bit, we'll use it to line individual ramekins so we have single serving flan. With my ramekins set with our caramel mixture, I'm ready to start in on the custard filling of our flan. So what I have is 4 beaten eggs. I'm going to add just a splash of vanilla, a couple of pinches of nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon, and then I'm going to start incorporating our Chirimoya. If you don't have fresh Chirimoya, you can use Chirimoya pulp. And I have about 1 cup here. And then of course our wonderful goat cheese with the Texas Creek Pure Evil drops. About 1 cup worth of goat cheese. This goes into a 325 degree oven in a water bath for about 30-40 minutes until a knife inserted comes cleanly out. To make our chalupa shells, it's a real simple recipe. 2.5 cups all-purpose flour. 1 cup of our whey that we reserved from making our cheese. This has the salt and a bit of that Texas Creek Pure Evil in there, so it's going to add a little heat to our chalupa shell. Also to that, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1.5 tablespoons of butter, and then just a little bit of flour to dust the board. I have a pot of oil here at 350 degrees. With our chalupa shells patted out, we're going to go ahead and give those a quick fry, about 30-45 seconds on each side until they get nice and golden brown, and then we're going to rest them on a cooling rack. That pork's been resting underneath the broiler for about 15 minutes. I keep rotating it so it gets nice, beautiful, crispy brown edges all around. We're ready to start plating. So there you have it. Queso Fresco in a chalupa with carnitas and in a beautiful Chirimoya Flan. I hope you had as much fun as I did staying cheesy. Enjoy.